Hi everybody, RealWatchReview.com. We're bringing the most in-depth watch reviews. It's been a little over 2 weeks with the Steinhart Nav B Chrono version 2, and wanted to give you a final thoughts update as well as a quick look at the watch. So let's take a look at the watch itself and take a look at first the dial. And the dials actually, in the case as well, are really easy to use and have a couple different features that are worth talking about. So first and foremost, the case itself is pretty thick. It's an ETA 7750, which does demand a little bit thicker case, which I think actually looks pretty good. I mean, it's definitely something that you notice more on this particular piece, but it's actually quite nice. It's nice and chunky, and I think it fits well with all the extra buttons and larger crown. Face is very easy to read. They do a really nice job of using the extra dials here. They use actually the 9, and they use the 6, and they use the 12 o'clock marker kind of a little bit differently to show different marks on the smaller dials. So that's pretty nice. The day-date feature I like is really great. It's really easy to adjust. Once you pull out the crown, one way adjusts the date and the other day adjusts the day. So it's really easy and quickly to move. Buttons are really nice to touch, and I like the contrasting color. It matches the rest of the actual metal parts. So that's really easy to do. The face itself is actually a blue color. You're not really going to notice it unless you're really hard into the sun, but there's a couple times it did pop up. The band is actually quite thin, so it starts out at a 22 and it comes all the way down to an 18. I used a couple different bands on it. This one ended up growing on me, so I kept it on here, but I also put a Maratec Elite on it, and it looks really nice. It looks like a lot like an IWC Top Gun. So this clasp, butterfly clasp, is actually a pretty neat design. As you can see, there's bars that go through it. It's not so chunky. It's a little bit smaller, and it has Steinhart at the end of it here. It looks really nice. It's a nice finishing touch, and I'm glad it's in black too. It looks great. I'm glad I went with the open case back. It's really helpful as far as looking at it, and I think it brings a nice finishing touch to the piece. But this is a really well worth it watch. Like I said, it's around $900 to $1,000 US after you get it over here with shipping and everything. But I think it's really worth it, especially with what you compare it to with other watches. You're really getting a nice high value piece. And another feature that I just want to go over lastly is that on the bottom here they have a really unique place of putting the number. They actually put it on the bottom of the case, where the in between the lugs, which I think is a really good idea. So this is the Steinhart Nav B Chrono 2, and definitely recommend it if you're in the market for an ETA 7750 watch. And if you have any other specific questions, go ahead and ask them on YouTube or the website itself, and we'll be back with more reviews very soon. Thanks.